It's Monday, so you guys know what time it is. Gray's mail time. What's going on, guys? Gray Disciple back with another video. I got some good questions here. Now, my list is getting quite long, and just know if you've asked me a question, it is on the list, and I just kind of look at them and I see which ones I feel like answering today. All right? My goal, as always, is to go through at least 3 questions. If I'm feeling frisky, maybe 4 or 5. The first one's an interesting one, and I went back through the video to try to find the gentleman who asked it, and I remember it very clearly, and I don't think he actually asked the question on the Gray's Mail video. It was on one of the other ones, and I've been going through trying to find it, and I can't. So, Bud, if you're listening, put your name down below. Let us know that this question came from you. He said that his girlfriend believes that she sees ghosts, and he says that by watching her reaction, he has no doubt that she's seeing something. So the question is, do I believe in ghosts? Well, I'm going to stretch this question just a little bit further. Why don't we go, do I believe in ghosts, aliens, zombies, vampires, etc.? All of those. And the answer is no. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I believe in demons, but I don't believe in any of that. See, I believe that demons can manifest themselves to people, and that's more than likely what these people who have seen something are experiencing when they see ghosts or they see aliens, is it could quite possibly be a demon. And if you guys have never actually looked into demons, there are some crazy things out there. Just be very careful when you do it, because you can't open yourself up, but demon possession is a very real thing, and it still goes on today. And a lot of people deny it because to agree with the fact that there is demons would mean to agree with the fact that there's angels, which would thus mean that there is a God. And a lot of people don't want to believe that, so they start believing other things. You know, the zombies, it makes me laugh today that people actually believe that zombies are a possibility. I mean, zombies was created by a science fiction writer, you know, the reanimation of dead cells. And now people actually believe that this is a possibility. I think everybody just needs to turn off their TV and their video games and put down the books and go outside and just get some fresh air, because that's like the most absurd thing I've ever heard. There's this story, and I know you guys have probably read this. There's this guy who owned a gun shop in Florida, and he said, you know, ever since The Walking Dead came out, what was it, 7 years ago or however long back it was, he would have people at least once or twice a week come into his store and say, hey, what would you suggest for the zombie apocalypse? And at first he would laugh. And as he noticed the trend continuing, he decided, you know what, I can make some money on this. So he created what was called the Zombie Survival Kit. I think it had a shotgun in it. It had a crossbow with extra arrows, flashlight. I mean, it had all this stuff, and he sold it for $2,000. And he can't, to this day, keep these things on the shelf because people are so convinced that there's going to be a zombie apocalypse. It's just ridiculous. And you know, what was it, maybe 10 years back, vampires were the rage. I mean, all the movies were about vampires and TV shows, and people legitimately believed that there were vampires when this was all a story created by an author to entertain and scare kids. The same thing with Frankenstein, werewolves, aliens. Aliens is science fiction. This is something that's new. Yet people think that there's legitimately aliens out there. And I know a lot of you are probably shaking your head right now like, oh, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. There are aliens. There are really going to be zombies. There are vampires. I'm just telling you guys, from everything that I've experienced in my life and read and studied, there's no such thing as ghosts. There's no such thing as aliens. There's not going to be a zombie apocalypse, but it's funny. It's fun to talk about. Definitely it is. We've all had those dreams. If I was a part of the zombie apocalypse, what would I do? I'd go steal these cars. I'd have these guns. I would set up shop here. It's kind of funny. It is. It is. All right. Next question. And I'm going to put the guy's name on the screen. I got to find out where he asked this one too. He said, Gray, do you believe that world peace is possible? Worldwide peace, is it possible right now? No, it's not possible. As a Christian, we believe that there will be no peace until the end times, until after Jesus comes back and judges the world. Now, you may not believe that, but I can tell you this. Times have become progressively worse, and they will continue to get worse. There will be more wars. There will be more chaos in the world. You may feel like you're living in peaceful times right now, but I assure you, in the world right now, there are over 30 active wars going on right now. Genocide is being committed right now. People are dying left and right. It may not be affecting you personally, but it is happening. If you go into the book of Matthew, towards the end of the book, Jesus talks about the end times as birthing pains. And if you know anything about childbirth, is the further along a woman gets in her term, the more severe the pains become, the contractions. And it starts as early as the 6th month, and they continue to get worse and worse and worse and more severe, and they come faster and faster until the baby actually comes out, and that would be the end of term. And that's the way Jesus describes it. And you know what? I've only been alive for 35 years, and I can confidently say that times are far worse now than they were when I was a boy. All right? So I hope that answers your question. Now, this is a good one right here. And this gentleman asked me, why didn't I start YouTube earlier? And I know some of you guys, y'all may have heard me talk about this in little snippets here and there. I've mentioned it a couple of times, and but I have a lot of new subscribers, so I'll go ahead and answer it again. I started playing Call of Duty and Black Ops 1, as many of you know. I was very bad at the game, and YouTube, watching other players play, is what made me good at the game. And by the end of Black Ops 1, I was a 2.5 KD player, and I was dropping 100 kill games. So enter Modern Warfare 3. I can still remember my very first game of Modern Warfare 3. It was Tuesday. I got home with the game. My wife was in the living room with my 2 kids. My boy was a baby, and my daughter, I think she was around 2. And I popped the game in. She's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm crazy because I'm supposed to be working. And I was like, I'm going to play this game real quick. I got to see it. And very first game was on hard hat, and I went like 49-12. And I knew at that point on that very first game that I was going to be good at this game. And within about 3 months, I was doing Moabs pretty regularly, getting 100 kill games and all that kind of stuff. And yes, at that point, I thought about doing a YouTube channel. And I regret it in some ways for not doing it. But here's the thing. I was working, and I was traveling on average 2 to 3 days a week by airplane all over the United States. The sole financial responsibility fell on me because my wife was a stay-at-home mother at the time. She had quit Target. And the free time that I did have was spent with my kids and my wife. And if you know anything about having little babies, they don't exactly sleep through the night, gentlemen. I mean, bottle feedings happen at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and you don't know when that baby's going to wake up, and it wakes up and it's hungry, you got to feed it. And then diapers changing, the kids would get sick, and then on the times when I did have free time at night, I usually took my wife out. I wasn't going to sit there. Now, I did play the game, okay, but the idea of trying to figure out editing software, time for uploads, to do commentaries, all this kind of stuff, there was absolutely no way. No way I could have done it. And it's crazy because I played Modern Warfare 3 more than I played Black Ops 1, and I was really good at Modern Warfare 3. And had I started then, man, there is just no telling. Then Black Ops 2 comes out. Wasn't very good at it for the first 2 weeks, but then it clicked for me, and I went nuts. I had it on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, and I was legitimately top 1,000 players in the world at that time. My reflexes were on point. And I disagreed a lot with what YouTubers would say about the game, and I wish I would have started a channel then because their setups were wrong on what they were telling people to do for pub stomping and their score streak loadouts. They were all wrong. To this day, the best score streak loadout in Black Ops 2 was Hellstorm Missile, Lightning Strike, Sentry Gun. Because you could cast that combination of streaks 3 times, and the amount of time it took you to get a VSAT, Dogs, and Swarm. And the problem with the Dogs and the Swarm was it would cause everybody to leave the game. So you didn't want to call those in if you were a pub stomper anyways. Whereas that Lightning Strike with the Hellstorm Missile and the Sentry Gun, I mean, it was constant annihilation. And you would get, I'm telling you right now, you would get far more kills with that combination, recasting them over and over and over, than you would with the Swarm and the Dogs. And I wish I would have done a YouTube channel at that time because there wasn't a gun that I wasn't good with in that game. And then came Ghosts. And in Ghost, I mean, I carried the highest KD I've carried ever in Call of Duty. It was 5.5 KD. I primarily played free-for-all because I just didn't really like the team aspect of that game, and I could have taught anybody in the world how to get a chem strike in Ghosts. I had rotations on free-for-all that were just mad. I could get a chem strike in less than 2 minutes on virtually every single map on Ghosts. Then came AW, and I kind of fell out of love, and I was playing Destiny, so the idea of doing a YouTube channel for Destiny, it just didn't appeal to me. But once I knew that Black Ops 3 was coming out, and I had played Black Ops 2 for so many years, I knew it was at this point, if I was ever going to do this, I had to start my YouTube channel, which is why I started it on November 12th. That was my very first upload. And it did come with a lot of coaxing from a couple of buddies that I played with, because I had spoken about it for so long. So back to the question at hand, why didn't I start it earlier? Kids and a wife and trying to make money to survive. I mean, priorities are key. Now my kids are older. They're 8 and 10. My wife and I, we get more than enough free time together, especially when our kids are away at school. So I have extra time, and plus my job is now at home. I'm not on the road as much. All right, how many questions is that now? That's 3 questions. Can I do another one? I think I can. Okay, now Caleb asked me 2 really awesome questions, and I'm gonna try to answer them both. I think I got enough time. The first one was, what does your family think about YouTube? Now, I don't know if you think about my immediate family or my extended family. If you go to my extended family, my mom and my dad, I mean, they kind of get what I'm doing. They like the aspect of me talking about my faith on the channel. They don't really understand anything else about it. They don't get it. They don't understand what goes into it, how long it takes, what it means to get a gameplay and do a commentary over it. They don't quite understand it. My brothers have probably watched 1 or 2 of my videos, and those are the ones that I've sent them to watch. They're not very supportive. My sister, I don't know, she cares less. It doesn't matter. I'm a little shocked by it because I figured they would be more supportive, but no. But my immediate family, my son thinks it's the coolest thing in the world, and he wants to have his own YouTube channel. He loves it. I really want to create him one, but I think he's just a little too young. My daughter, she likes to watch some of my videos, especially when I talk about personal stories. She gets a kick out of that stuff, but she's not really into gaming. My wife, she is not a gamer in the slightest. She has hated the fact that I play video games, but she does like it now that I can actually use it as a way to help younger kids. So, you know, answer questions that you guys may have about marriage and kids and faith and things like that. She loves that, but does she watch my videos? No, not unless I put it in front of her. There's no way. And she's shocked. I mean, every once in a while she'll ask me, how many videos have you done now? And I'll say the number and she'll just shake her head like, you're just crazy. You're absolutely crazy. And then he asked me one more question, which I liked. This is from Caleb again. Would I change my life if I got big, like 1 million subscribers? My life, would it change? No, because 1 million subscribers would probably equate to about 100 to 150,000 views a video, which is nowhere near enough money to support my family. So my job would stay the same. Would it change my life? No, I don't know if it really would. I think it would be cool. I would love to reach more people with the content that I have. I think it's good enough. I think people would like it if I got the exposure, but I don't think 1 million subs would really change my life. I think it would be cool to get invited to some of these events though, see the games early, go to Gamescom or E3 or COD XP, be invited like with the VIP pass and get to meet all these people. That would be pretty awesome. And you know what? Kudos to the guys who have done this. You know, there's one thing I can tell you, the grind of YouTube, of making videos on a daily basis and coming up with topics and answering subscribers' questions and playing with subs and doing live streams. You guys, it is exhausting work. And it is work, but it's very, very enjoyable. So when you've got guys like Drifter and Chaos Silencer and T Martin and Ali A who are judged so severely by the content that they put up as clickbait, and they work for Activision and all this kind of stuff, you know what? They have earned that right, that ability to make money from the developer. We're all just jealous of it, would be my best thing, my best guess at it. I mean, the grind, you guys, the sheer and utter grind. I mean, look at Thunder. Thunder has over 3,000 videos. You guys, I want you to equate one video with about an hour to an hour and a half of time just to put it out there. That doesn't even mean answering comments. An hour to an hour and a half. Think about all those days and weeks and months spent on growing a channel. It is not easy. It's not. All right, you guys, I really enjoyed these questions. I still have a list of about 15 more. Keep on asking them because I'm enjoying it, and I'm hoping to help some of you guys along the way. Ask me anything you want about running a YouTube channel, about life, about work, about the game, anything you want, and I'll answer it if I can. As always, hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below, and if you're new here, I welcome you, and I ask you to subscribe because I'm here every day.